Well, I think we're officially okay. We'll see. We'll see. I think we might have somewhat figured it out. Somewhat. We'll see. So let's go find someone to hold this for us while I. 1 second. Whew. How are we doing? Tired already. Ooh-wee, okay. Loosen this up. We're getting there, I think. All right, cool. We're in Twitch. There we go. Anyone on YouTube yet? Let me know. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start my walk. I'm gonna take a tour here of the Convoy campground here in Hagerstown, Maryland for the Freedom Convoy. Taking a look at all the happenings here on the ground. So. I need you guys to let me know in the comments how we're doing with the sound and video quality and everything. So please let me know. This it's so cold I can't get the buttons to work. Come on. I'll use my nose here. It's this. Boop. Nope, that didn't work. It's this. Nope. Nope. Ah! I'm gonna walk around, look at who's here and who's left. Bear with me, I gotta put my glove on. Ooh-wee. What up, dude? Alright, I'm gonna go, alright, again, music, yada yada yada, you already know the story. Walk right by a speaker here, hopefully they don't have to deal with much of that noise. I've got a whole mash thing going here, which is pretty cool. Look at it. 3 feet to info to the tent. DC is the swamp, 70 miles, 50 feet to the coffee. And what we got? Key West, 1,283 miles. It's a quick job. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Man, that drone footage was great. This is the guy that helped make that happen right here. Are you posting your stuff anywhere?
I am.
Where can we see it?
The Rumble channel, I don't have anything up on it yet. I just been posting it on Facebook.
Okay, where's that? Which one?
Jesse, it's just Jesse under my personal page, Jesse Jameson Hansen.
Jesse Jameson Hansen.
Yeah, and actually, I've been looking at my account through other people's phones, and nothing's showing up.
Shadow
like
ban,
on any of this stuff.
I'm doing the same thing, man.
Yeah.
It sucks, but
yeah,
eventually it'll hit the algorithm. But hey, you guys go check him out, Jesse Jameson Hansen.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Or my Rumble, I'll get videos up there eventually. It's where to from here. And then my Instagram, I got a few pictures on there. It's freedom, yes please. So
okay, good deal, man.
Right on.
Well, hey, I'm gonna keep walking. I gotta get away from these speakers, man. I got that music cranking.
Yeah.
It's good for the vibes, but
Not the copyright.
yeah, exactly. I just realized I left my.
These guys have been going around like making sure everybody's good in their tents.
So this is Brian, and he's just his security. Mike's the guy in the blue.
That guy Radar.
They call him Radar. Brian's in the flannel. Yeah. I'll talk to him later. Yeah. I'm gonna walk in and take a look at things here. See what's going on. Should, dude. We left ours, but I think like it's pretty windy though. Yours might be better, but when you were talking about that yesterday, like how the wind, I was like, yeah. They turned around, like, yeah. That was a fun time. That was a good time. Yeah, people are cool, man. They're having a good time. I'm gonna grab some coffee, I think, too, man. Stay warm, man. You got hand warmers and stuff? All right, look at the boot setup down here. You're dialed in, and this is how you keep it on the next level. These are the ultimate Gator gang right here.
That's the way to do it.
But you're still rocking Crocs?
You better believe it.
Man, you are a hardcore to the heart.
That's why you do it. You don't worry about them. They get wet, they dry. You don't have those boots that get soaked and stay soaked.
Yeah. All right, unless you buy waterproof, they do that now. You know that, right?
I know they do. But this is what I have.
Just all right.
And
There's donations. There's boots over here. There's like, I think there might be some shoes and stuff in the donations. Take a look. I'm just saying. Or more garbage bags.
If they got Crocs, I'll get them.
Yeah, if they got Crocs, I'll get some too. I'll rock them with you. We'll rock the Crocs. Hey, best camo in the prepping for dinner. What's for dinner tonight?
Wrapping up breakfast. We got some Asian food coming out of there.
Holla. All right.
We got
You're gonna compete with the free
fruit.
Chinese down the street over here?
Well, they are. I'm not. I think I'm gonna go head out and go find a self-serve wash and go wash my dogs.
What?
Clean them up a little bit.
You're gonna clean your dogs. You see the dog last night over here, boys. Trying to help out. They're like, oh, he's fine. Limping around. There's a guy that said he'll groom dogs. He said he's got clippers. He's willing to come out and groom.
No, I don't do that. I just bathe them myself, blow dry them. So.
You got you have the German Shepherd and the Husky.
And the wolf mix, yeah.
Wolf mix, yeah.
Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, is that his name?
Yep.
Mr. Wolf. It sounds like a James Bond's like arch nemesis, like evil villain's like lap animal.
Oh.
But your dogs are not lap animals.
I got snow tears coming out of my eyes.
Aww.
Look at the hawk. Nice.
I thought the Hawks were going to steal the drone yesterday. I did a drone footage. The first time I flew a drone, I was like, oh man, we're about to lose this thing.
So yeah, Brian just came in the kitchen and somebody donated a nice hotel room tonight for some people who need it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Have you been truck sleeping?
Yeah.
You're a trooper.
Yeah.
I appreciate that about you. That's solid.
I got 2 dogs keeping me warm.
Call that a 2-dog night, right?
3 dogs.
Yeah, okay.
We're a pack.
He's traveling a pack. I like it. It's on the jacket. See that?
We're a pack. I'm going to get some hot coffee, man.
I was about to do the same. I'll walk over there.
I'll beat
with
you there. I'll race you.
I'll let you'll win. Immediately you win. Wish I could.
I love that sign.
Isn't it great?
Look at that.
Yeah, I was checking that out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this glove in my pocket. The whole,
That sign gets to go home with me.
I think so. You're gonna have to fight. You know what they should do is auction it off as a fundraiser for something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Hey, we'll go grab some coffee as well. I'll see you over there.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's super cold. This probably, I don't know the temperature this morning or last. I think earlier today it was 25 degrees. The wind chill, it's probably closer to like, what do you think the wind chill is right now? Two blows of the horn means 15 degrees. I'll give it 15. Let's go grab some coffee. Where are we gonna go? We'll go around this way. Oh man. Give one of those goose the finger for me. Who's the goose? Who gets the finger? John Johnson. I'm not giving anybody the finger. I can't do that. I can't do that. Ooh.
That's why we cut him down. We just cut him down into some pieces.
Hot coffee.
Yes.
I hear you're serving it up. Not serving it, but you got it.
Yes.
So tell us what you're doing out here. What brings you out?
I don't know. I somebody else asked me that. I really don't know how to answer it,
Okay.
I mean,
That's still a good answer, though.
I understand and support,
what the People's Convoy is about. I guess what brings me back, I came out for the rally on Saturday, which was great. Walking underneath that big flag, I mean, that was so uplifting. And that's the thing. That's what keeps bringing me back, is that this atmosphere is uplifting. And it's a community. It's about helping one another. The amount of things that I've seen and heard that, you know, neighbor helping neighbor, basically.
Yeah.
And people who didn't know each other until they got here, you know, just helping one another out.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame that the mainstream media isn't showing this to people,
Right.
so that they can have hope too, you know?
You would think at this point in the game that the American people, no matter what side you're on, and it doesn't have to be a side, no matter what you think or believe, would finally like step up and say, listen, we're going to turn off the TV if you can't start giving us something more to give us hope. You know,
Yes.
stop sensationalizing fear. And they've been doing it from the beginning, and I get it, you know, like, you know, sex and destruction sell. But, you know, the things that people need right now, I think, are going to be, you know, like you said, the hope and the camaraderie, the community, the building blocks of what makes us, you know, a whole nation.
Yeah. Well, you know, the mainstream media, they push division. And I can guarantee you, I have not seen division once here. You know, it's unity. And, you know, there's all different races. There's, you know, people, I'm sure, who feel different about religions, and nobody is talking about that because nobody cares. You know, like, we're one.
I think it's great what you're saying, though. Like you're not sure why you're here, but you're here.
I'm here
You're out
because-
here in this, like, you know,
Wow.
20-degree weather, whatever it is.
There's a lot of people that are here like that.
And I'll tell you,
Not sarcastically, but realistically,
Yes.
like, just trying to figure it out.
yeah.
But it's a safe place to do that self-education. And that's what I think is important.
Well, the thing that surprised me the most about this is coming out here. I wasn't sure, you know, however that turn out.
Yeah.
But getting out here, and I just had conversations with people along the way, and they're all like, "What are you here for? How'd you know, what brought you here?" And they're like, "I was going to go to a rally, and I just kind of fell in and just followed them."
2
And I was
weeks and 2,000 miles later.
I was going to go to a rally, and I went to this, you know, to the state line, and then I'm going to turn back. And it was like, no, they ended up, they just kept following and kept following and kept following. And it's like by the time they got here, they're going, man, this is like way more than anything I ever expected.
Right.
It's better than going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you've ever been to Hawaii. It'd be great if we were driving
Well, I don't
across
know.
water.
I don't have no desire to go to
If
Hawaii.
Hawaii was conservative, I'd say yes. If it was liberal,
This
I'm
here's
like,
our freedom,
I don't
dude.
know.
This is our country here.
You know, I gotta say something about what you just said, man, about the place being conservative or liberal. You know, I think all the time I was overseas,
I don't need all
I'm in the
that
Middle East. People were saying, like, Egypt, they were like, don't tell anybody you're from America, man. They'll treat you like crap. I was like, well, why is that? And they're like, well, because Americans have a bad rap over here. I was like, okay, well, but if every American then doesn't claim to be American when they're here,
See you guys later.
all right, we'll catch you.
See ya.
What representation does America have on this foreign soil? So the people that are avoiding saying that, I was like, well, you're missing out on an opportunity to really change the way people look at you and the way they look at the rest of us. And so every time I went anywhere, you know, all through, like, you know, Turkey or Egypt or anywhere I was at, I was like red, white, and blue all the way through. And they were like, but you're such a good dude. And I was like, yeah. Not all of them are the stigma. Not all of them are the stereotype, you know?
It's like they have the picture of the ugly American.
Yeah, exactly. But it's up to us.
To change that.
And what we got to do is stop avoiding people that have different viewpoints and different opinions, different voting thought
The thing
process.
is, that's been the hard part now here is because there are, you know, some of these groups like Antifa and the other ones like that, you can't say anything at all that goes against what their narrative, what they want their narrative to be, because if you do, it becomes cancel culture.
Well, you know, the nice part is about that is that they can't, nobody can stop, you know, your voice. No one can take that away from you. And so if you keep speaking up, eventually they're going to have to stop trying to stop you from saying it.
The thing is, what I've kind of noticed about a lot of people is most people don't want to deal with confrontation.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I have a sister that lives in Dallas that is liberal.
Okay.
Anything that is even halfway confrontational, she'll walk away from it. And I'm like, you know,
I didn't know whether or not I could just bring
I'll
a
be
beer
confrontational about something. I try not to be, you know, belligerent about it, but
Sure.
I will be confrontational because it's like, look, if I know something to be the truth, I'm not going to sit there and back down.
Right.
You know, now if you can show me where I'm wrong, great.
That's being humble enough to accept that maybe you don't have all the answers. You know what I found? People that stop being confrontational, start being conversational. say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to talk to you. I may not agree with what you say. I may not change my thoughts or anything, and I might think you're a complete moron at the end of it, but I respect you. I love you.
Exactly.
You're not going to stop loving your sister for being on the other side of your political line.
My sister, my sister.
He
is
said,
gay.
well, you haven't met my sister.
My sister is gay.
Okay.
Well, she didn't come out and tell me this until I was almost in my 50s, because before I was like a real hardcore, you know, just,
Okay.
like she said, she was afraid to tell me that she
Yeah.
was. Well, it finally, you know, she finally got to the point that she felt strong enough, I guess, to say, hey, you know, there's something I need to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, when she did, I just looked at her and I said, you know, she's like, so does that change anything? And I said, look, I'm going to be real honest with you. I said, I don't agree with your lifestyle.
Sure.
I believe, you know, for my religious beliefs,
Okay.
they're wrong. But the thing is, you're my sister, you're family.
Yeah.
I said, I love you. That's not going to change. Now, if there's a rally out there and there's like for, you know, pro gay rights or whatever, and you're standing on that side of the street, and on the other side, there's one that's like, no, we don't want to see that pass. That's probably where you're going to find me.
Really?
We'll be on the opposite sides of the street, but I said, when it's all said and done, I said, if you come over and go, hey, let's go have lunch. Okay.
You think the gay rights extend to the human rights?
There are human rights and there are gay rights. When it gets to the point that they have special rights, they become a protected class. They're not a protected class, but they choose to live that lifestyle. That's fine. Not gonna, you know, they shouldn't be restricted from having, you know, if they want a job, okay, fine, they should have the job. But there are certain things. It's like if if I have a child and he's going to daycare, I'm sorry, I do not want a homosexual taking care of my child, because there are some I know that they can differentiate their sexuality from whatever they do. There are those that can't, and there is an agenda out there to take down the children, and I don't want to take that chance. Nothing personal against them, but it's like that lifestyle leads to that. That's your choice. You do that. That's fine with you, but you know, not with my kids, not with my grandkids.
So you toe a pretty tight line on some of the fundamentals that you believe in, but
Yep.
it's tough because we talk about medical freedom, right? Like our choice, our body, our choice. And then you have people.
It's their choice to choose that lifestyle. That's fine. You know, I mean, like I said, I don't agree with it, but that's their choice. Kind of like with this deal. I want the choice to have this vaccination. If I want it, I'll take it. If I don't want it, don't push me. You're not going to get me to go anywhere. As a matter of fact, the harder they push to do all that stuff to try and get people to take it, just push me further and further away. Because the harder they push, the more I'm thinking, there's something that's a lie here. And you know, if you're lying to me about it, I'm not going to deal with it.
Interesting. Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, man. You better get that while it's hot. My name's CJ.
CJ?
Yeah,
Nice.
CJ TV Media. If you want to check me out, man, I do a live stream show. I don't know if I can get my fingers to work right now. There you go.
All right.
It's cold, man. But yeah, jump in, man. Say hi. Appreciate you taking the time. I'm out of Seattle, so trust me, man. I'm around a lot of stuff that that hits the button for a lot of the protests, a lot of things that happen.
I've talked to some people from back up north, you know, and I thought the state itself was pretty liberal, and they said it's all the urban areas that you go to. Those are the places where most of the liberals, you know, can go out. That's where they're congregated. But he said you go out into like the rural areas, the countryside, red.
This is the majority of Washington is rural.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, but you go to like Seattle,
Yeah. It's a different vibe.
blue is all get out. But you go outside that into the country, it turns red.
That's pretty common with a lot of the cities in major cities, though. You know.
A guy from Colorado told me, he said, go to Denver, 20 miles on the east side, 20 miles on the west side, from north to south. He said, that's all liberal. He said, it's just a liberal corridor. The rest of Colorado, blood red.
I was talking to the owner of the restaurant over here, and he said if you go, 15 minutes one way, it's a solid blue, and you go 15 minutes the other here from his restaurant that's 200 yards from us, he said it's solid red. So just depends on which way you're driving. So, but I'll tell you what, but either way you drive, you're still in America. You know what I mean? And that's beautiful.
If you really want to find out on that, go look at a political map to see how they voted in the presidential elections, and you'll see 99% probably of the counties out there are red. But the urban areas, those like where there's the big cities,
Yeah.
and it seems like they all pretty much vote blue. There might be a couple states out there that are, that are blue states, but if you go county by county, there's a lot of them out there that are there's more
There is two different
conservatives out there than people think.
meeting itself
but they
got
don't
canceled, but
have
it's
the
not.
numbers because they're spread out, you know, over a wider area.
Sure.
The liberals are all kind of congregated into the cities, and they said that's where a lot of it comes down to, is the cities have more influence because there's more people per capita than out in the country.
Yeah, everybody.
Well, man, I appreciate your insights. Thank you for sharing. I'm gonna grab some more coffee and keep walking here. Try to stay warm. Pardon me, boss.
Ran into me.
Slide that in there real quick.
I'm gonna try and get my feet.
Oh, you see, you're smart. You gotta. Well, I can't drink it fast enough or slow enough. You got to figure it out.
I feel like he knows his way.
Oh, it's dripping. Watch the back of your neck there, man. It almost came down on you. So, one of the things, I mean, it's not my place to counter anyone's opinion, because that's his view on things, but I don't need to look at a political map, you know, to know where I want to go, where I'm going to go, because I just appreciate the fact that I'm able to go where I want because I'm in a free country, and that's amazing. So, and I love all walks of life. I'm an advocate for anyone's rights, you know what I mean? It's not going to stop me from believing that a human's rights to do what they want to do with their lifestyle is 100% their choice. And you're not going to find me fighting against that. And I know people probably hate on me for that. Like, oh, well, it's tearing apart our country or whatever you want to say. But let's be real about it. We got much realer and bigger issues than who someone chooses to marry. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you look at the divorce rate in America, you know, how many single parents we have raising children. I mean, let's talk about the big issues here, things that are affecting our youngsters. So it doesn't just anyway, you guys know where I'm at. Whew. Oh man, I got debris or something in my eye. Is the wind okay? I mean, is it too windy for you guys? I'm not sure how that works right now, but I just want to make sure that we're it's breezy, you know. It's coming in from behind me too. Not that that makes a difference on anything. But, Casey, thank you for sharing. I appreciate everyone who's sharing in here, getting the word out, letting people know where I'm at, what I'm doing. What's up, man? You staying warm? That's right. Wait, what's your stabilizer use for here? Stay pretty sturdy even when it's plugged in. DJI, you need to step your game up for the stabilization factor. If you plug anything into a DJI, that thing's going all.
Well, it's got balancing on it, so I can put it in and out. If it gets off balance, it'll turn off.
But I mean, even without plugging, I just saw you do that with a DJI with a cord in it. Any kind of tug, this.
Oh, so I kind of take this and put a little slack in it. Sure. And have it play.
Hey, shout out to anyone that's engineering cords and whatnot like that over here. Make these things lighter. You know what I mean?
No kidding.
And make a plug that plugs. I think some of you can plug this directly into the face right here.
Right.
And then it stays on the gyrosphere there.
Yeah, so this one didn't have that. I was like, man, I can't figure out how to keep this thing charged, because it dies quick. The cooler it is, the faster it dies.
It doesn't work. You think it would preserve the battery life, right?
Yeah. Well,
Didn't you used to put batteries in the fridge? My mom always told me, like, put batteries in the fridge.
Yeah, I tell people that. I don't. I use batteries so much. I don't want to put them in the fridge. But
Well, because they're all rechargeable.
I've heard a lot of people say that that's what they do.
Yeah.
So,
What do you, what's the vibe? You see, it seems like there's a lot less trucks here right now.
It's chill. You know,
Yeah.
today is a chill day.
Yeah.
There's probably, I see some of the trucks have gone. I'm just going to suspect, I'm not sure, that they went home to their families for the weekend or whatever. You know?
Locals.
Or just handle whatever business.
Sure.
Maybe some of them could pick up a load and go deal
Make
with
some
the
money while
load and
they're
get
here,
back here in a couple days, you know?
Yeah.
I'm speculating on everything. Everything I say mostly is my perspective, my speculation, my view on things.
Oh,
So,
they all understand
yeah,
that.
what I say is my perception of things. So
Yeah.
have your own opinions. You're free to have your own opinions.
The part about freedom is
let's debate
not
about it.
happening.
Yeah, let's debate about
Yeah.
it. And if you really want to come down here and get nasty and ugly, come toe to toe with me. Be men. We'll have a nice civil conversation. I'm not throwing blows. I'm not about that. Nobody here is about that.
Oh.
But I want you to stand man to man, not behind your keyboard. Stand in front of me and air out your grievances.
Yeah.
Say what you got to say. Do what you're going to do.
You know, we were talking. We just had the I think the flip on that was he was talking over here earlier. He was just saying about confrontation, and I was like, it's not about confrontation, it's about conversation. You know what I mean?
That's
you don't
it.
have to agree, but you can sit down and talk, shake hands, and walk away and be like, all right, well, that's them, I'm me.
Right.
Welcome to the world. You got a big ass country to live in. You can go wherever you want. You don't have to worry about someone's, you know, viewpoint and whatnot affecting the way you live your life. So,
Yeah. So I mean, that's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
To make people look past that crap. And if you know how to speak around it, you can shift some people.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes my words trolls stop.
Yeah.
You know, so you just troll if you want. I got mods, so they know who
Trolls
you
don't
are,
stop.
you. So, well, either they stop or my mods get rid of them. So
Yeah.
the heat's turned down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they get it.
So-
We'll keep walking, brother.
All right, buddy. What's your channel?
CJTV.
CJTV.
CJTV Media. You can check me out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We're jumping into Rumble. We're going to be on Rockfin. We're going to be on all the, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how to get up them all built into the multi-stream here. But right now, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Sequel Zero, SEQUEL space 0, ZERO.
There it is.
All right.
All right, brother. We'll
So
catch up
check
with
it
you.
out, man.
All right. Sequel Zero. There you go. Yeah, we've been crossing paths the last, you know, handful of days. So I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can see what's going on. You need to look at me. Boom, boom. Let's do this. I can figure that out. We'll go wide angle on this. There we go. I'm at Hagerstown, Maryland, at the Speedway. This is the staging ground for, we'll call it the Convoy campground. This is where all the four-wheelers, as they call them, the vehicles like that right there, the bobtails, not the bobcats, are the trucks with no trailers, and then all the trucks and trailers are staged up. They've been doing the daily loops of the Beltway here in DC, which is about 78 miles from, not 70 miles, about 70 miles from here. Every day, they do a couple laps around. Their goal is to raise awareness, and I think that you know, people are you know, there's differing viewpoints on how to make that happen, but right now it's coming down to I think that the organizers are trying to, I guess, best facilitate all the wants and desires from peoples that are here, as well as the overarching goal. It's like I said earlier, the truckers and folks are fiercely independent folks. So no meeting today. Different streamer said everyone went into town to get warm and get supplies. Probably lots of love for Canada here. Absolutely, yeah. You see that everywhere. There's a lot of solidarity for the Ottawa run, man. As you can see there. Boom. Yeah. There's a ton of solidarity here. I think that's one of the biggest points that but there we go. Yeah, Victoria, you're not wrong. It's been a lot of adventures for the last couple of years. I want to take a look at so this is the first aid tent that we were talking about during the meeting last night. And this thing's really come together. And I don't know if there's got to be folks in here, man, in the tent. Medic on shift, knock for help. Volunteers, non-medical and medical. So these are the folks we're looking at. So there's Jackie and Rachel that are handling this. I'm gonna see if we can't get in here and take a look and a chit chat with these folks. But I got a coffee in my hand, so I gotta sit down. Howdy.
Hi.
Hey, we were seeing you talk last night. We wanted to come in and take a look and show everybody what y'all are doing here.
We're gonna have to do it by appointments. We have patients right now.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. So we've actually had issues of media just barging right. I'm grateful you knocked. Thank you so
well,
much.
told me to knock. I can read the instructions.
Well, we've had issues with media barging right in with patients in there, and I'm like,
okay.
and they're just recording live.
Yeah.
So
I think everyone's so excited to showcase what y'all are doing here. So
and
I get it.
And I want to show them, but at the same time, HIPAA.
What's a good time to come back? What do you think?
So, can never predict when you have a patient.
I hear you. You guys are on the list here, which is great.
Yeah, media schedule. Thank you so much, Angie. I appreciate all your help.
Sherry, welcome to the show. The other night I was gonna come knock on the door and see about sleeping in here. You need to get in here, boss? Let me get out of your way.
I'm Zach.
Hey Zach, how you doing?
Okay, you don't gotta shake my hand.
No, I got you. We'll left-hand it right here. We can do it. We'll figure it out. Yeah. How are you, man?
Good.
Good to meet you. Are you with the medical crew here?
I am.
You are. Oh, I thought you were on the list there.
Also, if
Sure.
somebody found my number on YouTube and just texted me from a live stream.
They like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
No, they're like, hey, this may sound weird, but I just found your number. Are you pronouncing it? They're like, I know this may sound weird, but I just saw your number on a live stream.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
we are grateful
Hey,
for all of it, but we have to have some boundaries.
We're stumbling towards order. We're getting there. We're getting there. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job. Your business, though. I know you got patience, like you said, and I'm not trying to get in the way. This is Zach. I'm gonna let him do his thing, and y'all are gonna do your thing. And I'll come in. I'll knock, and if you've got time, we can chat. Yeah, I can come this. I was gonna walk around a little bit. You do you. I'll come in and give you a knock.
We have a patient that might be in here all day. So
Were you planning on coming out or doing anything? I don't want to pull you out in the cold right away.
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. But I mean, if you want to walk around, maybe come back later or something.
I can do that.
Stuff like that. But yeah.
Stay warm. I'll come back.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm live streaming, honey.
Okay. We can't have anybody in here.
Zach, answer yourself. What's going on? What are you doing here? I wish I did. No, we can't even talk on ours. I just left it in the car. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a phenomenal job here.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man. What's the message you'd like to get out to everybody? If there was one you could. Like what he feels.
Where are you from?
Seattle. My name's CJ. I do a show called CJ TV.
Oh.
I mean, if I could use.
Home state. I was born there.
Get out of here. Here's I'd like my fingers to work on this hand here. There you go. Yeah. Doing our best to elevate as many voices in the crowd as possible and really give people a chance to understand the heartbeat of what's going on here with the convoy.
Have you been with the convoy?
Well, I started off in the Northwest. We started from Seattle. We started that convoy. We had some issues back home, so I had to go back home and then flew back out here. And I've been here at the convoy campground for about the last 3 days. So we're doing our best to get as much as possible. We've been working with a lot of the organizers coming out of the Midwest, Southwest, and then some of the folks out of the Northeast as well. So we're trying. Sorry, we have to get a little closer. It's kind of loud, so let's get closer.
It's really good to be here. It's a lot of really good people here. People, there's a lot of good volunteers. People volunteering their time, money, effort. It's amazing to see America come together like this. It really is. I put aside my life. Every single person you see here put aside their life to come here.
Now I gotta ask everyone, what does freedom mean to you?
What does freedom mean to me? That's a good question. Freedom is the choice. Freedom is the choice. To have a choice. That's freedom.
There it is. What about you? What are your thoughts?
That's a profound question. What is freedom? Wow. Well, my thoughts, I have a personal mission, My religious exemption was denied.
Okay.
And I was terminated from Kaiser.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to mention that,
No.
anyway. So, that's a First Amendment violation.
Right.
And besides that, I was working from home.
Yeah.
And OSHA exempted remote workers. But as Kaiser HR says, they wanted all their healthcare workers vaccinated, whether you work at home or not.
Which is interesting, because it does seem like it stretches a little bit further than OSHA's reach should go. Into your home is kind of like, you can knock on my door, but you shouldn't be able to come and tuck me into bed.
Right.
Do you feel the convoy here is an advocate for what you're hoping to accomplish and get?
I just would like all the people that were fired, airline pilots, policemen, firefighters, nurses, I just want them eventually to get called back.
That's something I think people are missing on too. Like, once the mandates or if even the Emergency Act is lifted, are they then going to say, all right, well, if you lost your job in the process, things are different now, come on back? And someone made a reference, I thought it was pretty clever, and they were talking about how it's kind of like the where Thanos snapped his fingers, right? And like half of all creation went away, or all in the universe.
Right.
And then they all came back.
Right.
And someone's like, well, what are they going to do? Their jobs are already taken. But then you hear the current administration saying, well, we've got so many new jobs we freed up. And I'm like, well, that's not really how it worked. A lot of people lost their jobs, and now there's a job opening, but people still want to work, you know?
I loved my job. I wasn't ready, although I'm retirable age, I wasn't ready to leave my job. I loved my job.
That's beautiful.
And that weren't eligible for Medicare or Social Security, that really didn't have a choice. I mean, their choice they made for the greater good was to stay employed, get the vaccine, and support their young families.
Well, you know Seattle.
And parents.
Absolutely, yeah. So you know Seattle, you know the area, and you've got a lot of healthcare workers out there. I mean, you've got a huge, especially you go to over to the Bremerton area, Harborview, and you've got a lot of the hospitals out there.
Yeah.
You've also got a ton of military personnel. They're the largest deploying military base in the nation with JBLM. We got the Bangor submarine base, nuclear sub base, even the shipyard. So we have a lot of people that are working for the overarching government. And I've got tons of friends that I grew up with out there that have begrudgingly had to go the route of vaccinations because like, well, I can't lose my job. I've bought a home. I've got 3 kids. I have to provide for my family. Right. And then folks that are like towing that line, like I'm not going to do it. And then there's those that are indifferent. Like, well, I don't care. It's not going to kill me. It's just I get tons of shots, all the time. So
yeah, it's just a continued devastation to those that were fired. I think the firing started back in November. The continued devastation of those families.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Middle America.
I mean, they're not only fired, but they're ostracized from society.
Yeah.
They are now a second-class part of society because of the choice that they made.
Yeah.
They didn't have freedom of choice in that.
Right. Freedom of choice. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've gathered is that people keep, I think, missing on the convoy. People that are not in my feed. I think people definitely know what's going on. But and some of the other the feeds you see in the world, right? From the Twitter sphere of the world. For your right to stand up. Yep. Whether you agree with each other or not, your ability to disagree, and not just with each other, but with our government and with the powers that be, is really what we need to advocate for.
And that's what this movement is coming together about. I mean, for example, my neighbor over here, he voted for Joe Biden.
Okay.
He's a Democrat, and he's a wonderful man. I don't agree with everything he agrees with, but we are here for the same reason.
Absolutely.
We are here for the same reason. That's freedom to choose.
Like you said, freedom's a bipartisan, freedom is bipartisan. It doesn't adhere to a political party. And I think one of the things that's happened, especially over the current state of emergency, can't talk about it too much, which is another thing we have to issue with, the censorship factors, is that the divide that's taken place. And people have forgot that they've been fighting each other about masks and mandates and vaccinations. Eventually, when we move past all this, when things return to what we can, normality of some type, or mow your lawn and say hi to your next door neighbor that you might have like, I hate you, Gary, how dare you wear a MAGA hat, or I hate you, Gary, what are you doing wearing a mask, and eventually it's going to be like, well, we're all humans again, we're all people, we're all Americans, we all live here. Like, we've divided ourselves, and that polarization, I think, is what's happening from a higher stance. And we've being sad to me because a lot of families have been broken up, and and a lot of people have, probably suffered things they can't come back from. Job loss.
I mean, the thing is, like, at the same time we're fighting for choice, but at the same time, like, we have to be able to forgive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if we can't forgive, then fighting for our choice means nothing, because then we're still divided.
Absolutely. Because a lot of people forget that anger is a secondary emotion, right? It usually comes anger. Hurt, a lot of people there, you get hurt, fear, and then you respond in anger. So if that's the case,
you go through the grieving
or you
process,
react in anger, you don't respond.
Soon you come around to acceptance.
Right.
It's like Ellen Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief.
Yes.
I've been through every stage of grief and backtracked and overlapped, and I'm at acceptance right now, and I'm here, and I'm blissful. Well, blissful, I guess. I don't know what word
Yeah.
to use.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still an evolving process. The farther I get away from this, I'm sure that my narrative of my experience here will be forever morphing.
Right.
Right
I hope, right?
Sure.
Like, because that's growth. That's the organics of life, I would hope. Once you stop learning, I think, is when you start dying. Once you stop, like, growing is when you start, like, fading away, right?
You're going to have to excuse me. I got to go sit in my heated car.
Do your thing. I appreciate you taking time to talk to me, honey. Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you so
Okay,
much again. Appreciate you
we'll see you
so
around.
much. You guys
Hey,
take care.
what's your,
CJ TV. Yeah, let me grab the card for you here. Yeah. There you go, boss.
Yeah.
Absolutely too. Oh, there's a truck warranty. That's not. So I was talking about this yesterday. They are not getting that. You just null and voided your warranty. Tacoma right there. Yep, I think that's Tacoma. Yeah, but I think when I talked to her the other day, she said that there's thousands of signatures, and one of the things she said that I thought was really cool was there's tens of thousands of stories. I was like, that's pretty cool. I like the way she pivoted that, because it is about that. Like, every signature on there, everyone's got a story to tell. They've got a lot more than just that. You know, their one life story. You know, the one thing that represents them. Because there's so many things that create us as humans, and our soul, man, the progression of its growth. Whew. There is no end to the things that we have to go through to continue to stay on that course. What's up, boss? It'll buff out. He said, yeah, I don't know if that'll buff out. That was a lot of ink. So down here is where they had earlier they had a, whatchamacallit? Sorry, whew, it's cold. Whatever it was, scones or whatever, I can't think. And then they had an ice cream stand as well down on the far end over there. So they've been, yeah, it's been impressive. This lot has been pretty full. It's still pretty full. I mean, you can tell that. I'll hop up here and take a look from the tower. So, but I gotta hook up the battery as well. It's crazy how quick this drains battery. Yeah, share the stream, guys. Appreciate it. It's cold. If you haven't gathered, it's cold. Very, very cold. These guys got the ultimate party wagon going right here. That's intense. That's smart too. They took a fifth wheel, carved out the sides, but I'm sure, you know, you could roll some tent sides down on that and sleep in it. So hopefully I'll do something like this eventually. That'd be great. Down the line, when I've got some kind of semblance of stability in my life. I'm not running around doing this crazy stuff. Whew. I don't know if you guys saw the drone footage that I put up. If you hadn't, take a look at it. There was like a 10-minute, well, 7.5, actually not 7, I don't even want to say it, 10 minutes. 7.5-minute video, but I had to cut it down to be able to transfer it out into the different platforms. Man, it's cold. And I gotta get my battery linked up. I was hoping to find a cone up here. That's not what you're finding up here. There's no cones, but there's a lot of snow on the ground, heavy machinery, shale. That's what they call this. Yeah, this is shale, which is what they're using for the road out there to keep it from turning into a huge mud pit. But let me this for you, Tamara. Thank you very much. So here we go. Let's keep it on that one. So this is a speedway in the background over there. They've got like the mini track down here for like kids, I think. I'm not sure what that's for. It's got to be for little kids, little dirt bikes. But then the big track, it's a big dirt track. The grandstands seat a lot of folks, so apparently this is a pretty historic spot, so you guys can check it out. It's the Hagerstown Speedway, and that's Hagerstown Speedway here in Maryland. Which, you guys, this place is exactly what you'd expect, like postcard style material. You know, even like the houses on the hill. You look off in the distance there. Like it gets, it's a beautiful place. And it's definitely keep it cool. Kim J, thanks for posting it. You guys, appreciate all the contributions, anybody on the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Stars over on YouTube or on Facebook, super chats on YouTube. It'll help. It helps fund this trip. Actually, it's the only way to make it possible. You guys, for me to get out, be here. Food and transportation from coast to coast is life ain't free. Y'all know that. Jacqueline, oh, you saw the drone footage? Cool. Yeah, that was my first time flying a drone. And I was dead set. I was pretty sure that it was going to be snatched up by a bird. And then I was like, well, if it's an eagle, you can't be mad. This is freedom. All right, I got to hook up this battery. Shale is hard as hell. Climb over on one of these tractor. Excavator front loader. When I was doing heavy machinery operating. I didn't know what I was talking about. These guys, so I'll tell you in a minute, but remind me to tell you when I had. It was pretty hilarious.